Your pain will pay off one day. This isn't just a platitude or a feel-good phrase. It's a fundamental principle of human growth and achievement. It's the secret that every successful person has discovered on their journey to greatness. We're not talking about physical harm or abuse. We're talking about the discomfort of growth, the strain of pushing beyond your limits, the ache of discipline, and the sting of failure. This is the pain that forges diamonds from coal, that turns ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers. The last time you faced a significant challenge, perhaps it was a difficult project at work, a personal goal that seemed out of reach, or a relationship that tested your emotional resilience. Remember the stress, the uncertainty, the moments of doubt. Now ask yourself, did you emerge from that experience unchanged, or did you come out stronger, wiser, more capable than before? Pain is not just an obstacle to be overcome. It's a catalyst for growth. It's nature's way of telling us that we're stepping out of our comfort zone, that we're stretching ourselves beyond our current capabilities. And it's in this stretching, this uncomfortable expansion, that we truly begin to realize our potential. When you exercise, you're essentially creating tiny tears in your muscle fibers. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. But what happens next? Your body repairs those tears. And in the process, it builds the muscle back stronger than before. This is exactly how we grow in every aspect of life. Through control, purposeful stress that pushes us to adapt and improve. The pain itself is not the goal. The goal is the growth, the transformation, the achievement that lies on the other side of that pain. Too often, we shy away from challenges because we fear the discomfort they bring. We choose the easy path, the comfortable route, not realizing that in doing so, we're cheating ourselves out of our true potential. Comfort is the enemy of progress. When you're comfortable, you're not growing, you're not learning, you're not becoming the best version of yourself. Comfort is stagnation disguised as contentment. Now, I'm not advocating for a life of constant struggle and hardship. That's not the point. The point is to embrace challenge, to seek out opportunities for growth, even when, especially when they make you uncomfortable. It's about developing a mindset that sees obstacles not as roadblocks, but as stepping stones to your dreams. Let me share a story with you. There was once a young man who dreamed of becoming a great violinist. He practiced diligently, hour after hour, day after day. His fingers bled, his back ached. And there were times when he wanted to give up, but he persevered. Driven by his vision of playing in the world's greatest concert halls. Years passed and still he hadn't achieved his dream. He watched as other musicians, seemingly less talented, rose to fame. Doubt crept in. Was all this pain, all this sacrifice worth it? But he kept going, refining his craft, pushing through the disappointment and the setbacks. Then, one day he got his chance. A famous conductor heard him play and was astounded by his skill, his passion, his unique voice. That young man went on to become one of the most celebrated violinists of his generation. When asked about his success, he said, "The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret." This story illustrates a crucial point. The path to greatness is rarely smooth or easy. It's filled with setbacks, disappointments, and moments of doubt. But it's precisely these challenges that shape us, that test our resolve, that ultimately determine whether we'll achieve our dreams or settle for mediocrity. The great achievers throughout history Did they reach their heights through a life of ease and comfort? No, they faced obstacles that would have broken lesser individuals. They endured criticism, failure, and doubt. But they persevered because they understood a fundamental truth: greatness is forged in the crucible of adversity. Wright brothers, tirelessly working on their flying machine while the world mocked their efforts. Or Marie Curie, battling prejudice and limited resources to conduct her groundbreaking research. Or Nelson Mandela, spending 27 years in prison, never losing sight of his vision for a free and equal South Africa. These individuals didn't succeed in spite of their challenges. They succeeded because of them. The obstacles they faced forced them to innovate, to persevere, to dig deep within themselves and discover reserves of strength and creativity they never knew they possessed. This is the transformative power of pain. It's not just something to be endured. It's a tool for personal growth and achievement. When you embrace this perspective, you start to see challenges differently. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? You begin to ask, what can I learn from this? How can this experience make me stronger, wiser, better? Not all pain is created equal. There's a difference between constructive pain, the kind that leads to growth and achievement, and destructive pain that serves no purpose. The key is to learn to distinguish between the two and to actively seek out the challenges that will push you towards your goals. Constructive pain is purposeful. It's the pain of stepping out of your comfort zone to learn a new skill. It's the discomfort of facing your fears and insecurities. It's the strain of pushing your limits in pursuit of a worthy goal. This is the kind of pain that pays dividends, that invests in your future self. Destructive pain, on the other hand, is pointless suffering. It's the pain of remaining in toxic relationships, of clinging to harmful habits, of refusing to let go of past hurts. This kind of pain doesn't lead to growth. It leads to stagnation and bitterness. Your task is to cultivate the wisdom to know the difference and the courage to embrace the pain that will lead to your growth and success. Some people here embrace pain and think it means seeking out hardship for its own sake, or worse, glorifying suffering. That's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about a willingness to face challenges head on, to step into the arena of life and give it your all, knowing that you might fail, knowing that it will be difficult, but doing it anyway because that's how you grow. It's about developing mental toughness, resilience, and grit. These qualities aren't innate. They're cultivated through experience, through facing and overcoming challenges. Every time you push through a difficult situation, every time you choose to persevere when you want to give up, you're building these crucial qualities. Life is going to throw challenges your way whether you're ready for them or not. By actively seeking out constructive challenges, by willingly stepping into situations that test you, you're essentially training for life. You're building the mental and emotional muscles you'll need to face whatever comes your way. This mindset shift from avoiding pain to embracing it as a tool for growth is transformative. It changes how you approach every aspect of your life. Suddenly, that difficult project at work isn't just a source of stress. It's an opportunity to develop new skills and prove your capabilities. That personal goal that seems out of reach isn't just a source of frustration. It's a chance to push your limits and discover what you're truly capable of. This transformation doesn't happen overnight. It's a process, a journey. There will be times when you falter, when the pain seems too much, when you question whether it's all worth it. In those moments, I want you to remember this: your pain is not permanent, but your growth is. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, every moment of discomfort you push through It's all building towards something greater. It's shaping you, molding you, preparing you for the person you're meant to become. The person you want to be 5 years from now. See them clearly in your mind. What qualities do they possess? What have they achieved? What kind of impact are they making in the world? Now ask yourself, what stands between you and that future self? It's not time. 5 years will pass whether you take action or not. It's not circumstances. Successful people succeed in spite of their circumstances, not because of them. The only thing standing between you and that future self is your willingness to embrace the pain of growth, to push through the discomfort of change, to persist in the face of challenges. Your future self is waiting on the other side of that pain. Are you willing to pay the price to become that person? This is where many people falter. They have a vision of who they want to be, but they're not willing to endure the discomfort required to become that person. They want the results without the work, the achievement without the struggle. But that's not how life works. There are no shortcuts to any place worth going. The good news is that once you embrace this mindset, once you start to see pain as a tool rather than obstacle, you unlock a new level of potential within yourself. You start to seek out challenges instead of avoiding them. You begin to see setbacks not as failures, but as feedback. Valuable information that helps you adjust your course and improve your approach. This shift in perspective changes everything. It turns problems into opportunities. It transforms obstacles into stepping stones. It makes you anti-fragile, a term coined by author Nassim Nicholas Taleb to describe systems that actually get stronger when exposed to stress and disorder. What if every challenge you faced, every setback you encountered, actually made you stronger? What if, instead of being worn down by life's difficulties, you were energized by them? That's the power of embracing pain as a pathway to growth. This isn't easy. It's one thing to intellectually understand the concept. It's another thing entirely to live it out day after day, especially when you're in the thick of a challenging situation. So how do you develop this resilience? This ability to push through pain and come out stronger on the other side. It starts with your mindset. You need to cultivate what psychologist Carol Dweck calls a growth mindset, the belief that your abilities and intelligence can be developed through effort, learning, and persistence. This is in contrast to a fixed mindset which sees abilities as innate and unchangeable. With a growth mindset, challenges become opportunities to learn and improve. Failure isn't a reflection of your worth. It's a necessary step on the path to mastery. Effort isn't something to be avoided. It's the key to unlocking your potential. Developing this mindset requires conscious effort. It means catching yourself when you fall into fixed mindset thinking, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, this is too hard. And reframing those thoughts. I can't do this, yet I'm not good at this, but I can improve with practice, this is hard. Which means I'm growing. It also means seeking out challenges rather than avoiding them. Start small. Take on a project that's slightly outside your comfort zone. Sign up for a class in a subject you find difficult. Have that conversation you've been avoiding. As you face these challenges and survive, maybe even thrive, you'll build confidence in your ability to handle difficult situations. Another key aspect of embracing pain for growth is learning to differentiate between productive pain and needless suffering. Productive pain has a purpose. It's tied to a goal or a value that's important to you. It's the pain of working hard towards a worthy objective, of pushing your limits to achieve something meaningful. Needless suffering, on the other hand, is pain without purpose. It's the suffering that comes from dwelling on past mistakes, from engaging in negative self-talk, from staying in situations that no longer serve you. Learning to recognize the difference is crucial when you're facing a challenge. Ask yourself, is this pain helping me grow? Is it moving me towards my goals? Or is it just making me miserable without any benefit? If it's productive pain, lean into it. Embrace it as part of your growth journey. If it's needless suffering, take steps to address it. This might mean changing your circumstances, adjusting your perspective, or seeking help from others. Speaking of help, it's important to remember that embracing pain doesn't mean you have to go it alone. In fact, having a support system can make all the difference when you're facing challenging times. Surround yourself with people who understand and support your goals, who can offer encouragement when you're struggling, and who can celebrate your victories with you. This support system might include mentors who've walked the path you're on, peers who are on similar journeys, or friends and family who believe in you and your potential. Don't be afraid to lean on these people when you need to. Sharing your struggles doesn't make you weak. It makes you human. At the same time, be prepared for the fact that not everyone will understand or support your journey. When you start embracing challenges and pushing yourself to grow, you might find that some people in your life are uncomfortable with the changes they see in you. They might try to discourage you, to pull you back to your old ways. This too is a form of pain you'll need to navigate. It might mean having difficult conversations, setting boundaries, or in some cases, letting go of relationships that no longer align with your goals and values. Remember, the pain of growth is always preferable to the pain of remaining stagnant. It is important to maintain perspective. Yes, the challenges you face are real and significant, but they're also temporary. Every pain, every struggle, every moment of discomfort, it will pass. What remains is the growth, the learning, the strength you've gained. This perspective can help you push through even the toughest times. When you're in the middle of a challenging situation, remind yourself, this too shall pass. But the strength I'm gaining will stay with me forever. It's also important to celebrate your victories along the way, no matter how small they might seem. Did you face a fear today? Celebrate that. Did you push through when you wanted to give up? That's worth acknowledging. These small victories build momentum and reinforce the connection between effort and progress. Remember, the path of growth is not a straight line. There will be ups and downs, periods of rapid progress, and times when it feels like you're standing still or even moving backward. This is normal. In fact, it's often during these apparent setbacks that the most significant growth is happening, even if you can't see it in the moment. Growth of a tree. Most of the growth happens underground, in the roots, long before you see any change in the branches or leaves. In the same way, your growth often happens beneath the surface. In your mindset, your resilience, your character, long before it becomes visible in your circumstances or achievements. The pain you're experiencing now is not just about you. Your willingness to embrace challenges, to push through discomfort, to grow and improve, it has a ripple effect that extends far beyond your own life. When you become stronger, more resilient, more capable, you become better equipped to serve others. Your growth enables you to take on bigger challenges, to solve more complex problems, to make a greater impact in the world. In this way, the pain you're willing to endure today becomes a gift you give to the world tomorrow. Imagine the impact you could have if you were operating at your full potential. Imagine the problems you could solve, the lives you could touch, the change you could create. That potential is within you, waiting to be unlocked. And the key to unlocking it is your willingness to embrace the pain of growth. Embrace your pain. See it not as an enemy to be avoided, but as a teacher to be respected. Recognize that every challenge, every setback, every moment of discomfort is an opportunity for growth. It's a chance to become stronger, more wiser, more resilient when you face a difficult situation. Instead of asking, why me? Ask, what can I learn from this? How can this make me better when you're tempted to give up? Remind yourself that the pain you're feeling is temporary, but the growth you're experiencing will last a lifetime. Remember, comfort is the enemy of progress. If you want to achieve great things, if you want to become the best version of yourself, you must be willing to step out of your comfort zone. You must be willing to face your fears, to push your limits, to endure the pain of growth. It won't be easy. There will be times when you want to quit, when the pain seems too much to bear. In those moments, remember why you started. Remember the vision you have for your life, the impact you want to make, the person you want to become. Let that vision pull you forward when the pain tries to hold you back. And remember, you're not alone on this journey. Every great achiever throughout history has walked this path. They faced doubts, overcome obstacles, pushed through pain to reach their goals. You're not just capable of doing the same. You're destined for it. Your pain will pay off one day. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But if you stay the course, if you keep pushing, if you embrace the challenges and learn from them, your day will come. And when it does, you look back on these moments of struggle with gratitude. You'll realize that every obstacle you overcame, every pain you endured, was shaping you into the person you were meant to become. This journey of growth through pain is not just about personal development. It's about unlocking your potential to make a difference in the world. Think about the problems that exist in your community, in your country, in our world. These challenges require individuals who are willing to step up, to push through discomfort, to innovate and persevere in the face of adversity. You have within you the capacity to be one of those individuals. But that capacity isn't realized through wishful thinking or good intentions. It's realized through action, through the willingness to face challenges head on and grow through them. The great innovators and change makers throughout history, they didn't change the world by staying in their comfort zones. They pushed boundaries, challenged conventions, and often faced ridicule and rejection along the way. But they persisted because they understood that their pain, their struggle, was part of a greater purpose. Take, for instance, the Wright brothers. Their journey to achieve powered flight was fraught with setbacks, crashes, and public skepticism. For years, they toiled in obscurity, facing failure after failure. But each failure taught them something new. Each setback pushed them to innovate further. Their pain, physical, emotional, and intellectual, was the crucible in which the miracle of flight was forged. On into slavery in the United States, Carver grew up with every disadvantage you could imagine: poverty, limited access to education, and a society that doubted his worth because of his race. Yet, he carried within him an insatiable curiosity and an unshakable belief that he was born for a purpose. Carver had a simple question that changed his life and impacted millions. What can I do with a peanut? While it might seem like a small question, Carver believed that even the smallest things could be used to transform lives if approached with wisdom and purpose. Through relentless experimentation and deep faith, he discovered over 300 uses for the peanut, from oils to dyes to food products. Carver didn't see his work as just science. He saw it as service. He often said, God gave them to me. How can I make them useful to others? His breakthroughs not only advanced agriculture, but also empowered struggling farmers and communities. George Washington Carver's story is a testament to the power of asking the right questions, seeing beyond limitations, and recognizing the extraordinary in the ordinary. Like Carver, we each hold a peanut in our hands, something that seems small, insignificant, or even overlooked by others. The question is, what will you do with it? These stories remind us that our pain, when channeled properly, can become a catalyst for transformation, not just in our own lives, but in the world around us, your struggles, your challenges, your moments of discomfort. They're not just personal hurdles to overcome. They're preparation for the role you're meant to play in the grand tapestry of human progress. But how do we maintain this perspective when we're in the thick of our struggles? How do we hold on to hope when the pain seems overwhelming and the payoff feels distant? It starts with understanding that growth is not a linear process. It's more like a spiral, where you may revisit similar challenges, but at a higher level each time. What feels impossible today may become manageable tomorrow, and a source of strength the day after. This is why it's crucial to document your journey, to keep a record of your progress. Start a growth journal each day. Write down the challenges you faced, how you responded to them, and what you learned. Over time, you'll start to see patterns emerge. You'll notice how challenges that once seemed insurmountable have become stepping stones to greater achievements. This tangible evidence of your growth can be a powerful motivator when you're facing new obstacles. Another key to maintaining perspective is to cultivate a sense of purpose larger than yourself. When your pain is connected to a greater cause, it becomes easier to endure. Ask yourself, how can my growth contribute to the betterment of others? How can the lessons I'm learning through my struggles be used to lift up those around me? This doesn't mean you need to take on the weight of the world. Start small. Maybe your purpose is to be a better parent, to create art that touches people's hearts, or to solve a problem in your local community. Whatever it is, let it be your North Star, guiding you through the storms of challenge and change. That embracing pain for growth doesn't mean seeking out unnecessary suffering. It's about facing the inevitable challenges of life with courage and using them as opportunities for development. It's about choosing the pain of discipline over the pain of regret. When you work out, you're essentially putting your body through controlled stress. Your muscles strain, your lungs burn, you sweat and ache. But this pain has a purpose. It's breaking down your muscles so they can rebuild stronger. The key is in the recovery, in giving your body time to adapt and grow from the stress you've put it through. The same principle applies to emotional and intellectual growth. When you face a challenge, when you step out of your comfort zone, you're essentially exercising your mind and spirit. The discomfort you feel is the sensation of old limitations being stretched, of new neural pathways being formed, of your character being strengthened. But just like with physical exercise, the growth happens in the recovery. This is why it's crucial to balance periods of intense challenge with periods of reflection and rest. Push yourself, yes, but also give yourself time to integrate the lessons you're learning, to heal from setbacks, to celebrate your progress. This balance is something many high achievers struggle with. There's a tendency to always push for more, to never be satisfied, to see rest as a sign of weakness. But true strength, true resilience, comes from knowing when to push and when to pause. It comes from understanding that sustainable growth requires both exertion and recovery. So how do you strike this balance? It starts with self-awareness. Learn to listen to your body and mind. Pay attention to the signals they're sending you. Are you feeling energized and ready for a new challenge? Or are you feeling drained and in need of rest? Honor these signals. Push when it's time to push. Rest when it's time to rest. Develop rituals that help you recover and integrate your experiences. This might be a daily meditation practice, weekly journaling sessions, or regular conversations with a mentor or trusted friend. These rituals give you space to process your experiences, to extract the lessons from your challenges, and to realign with your purpose. That growth isn't just about overcoming external challenges. Often, the most significant growth comes from facing our internal obstacles, our fears, our limiting beliefs, our negative patterns of thinking. These internal struggles can be the most painful, but they're also the most transformative. For example, the fear of failure. This fear keeps many people trapped in their comfort zones, preventing them from taking the risks necessary for growth. But what if you could reframe failure not as a final judgment on your abilities, but as valuable feedback on your journey of growth? Imagine approaching each new challenge with the mindset of a scientist conducting an experiment. You have a hypothesis, your goal. You design and experiment your action plan. And then you test it. If it doesn't work out as expected, that's not a failure. It's data. It's information you can use to refine your approach, to adjust your strategy, to grow. This shift in perspective doesn't happen overnight. It requires conscious effort, consistent practice, and often the willingness to sit with uncomfortable emotions. But as you develop this mindset, you'll find yourself becoming more resilient, more adaptable, more willing to take the risks necessary for significant growth. Another internal challenge many face is the voice of self-doubt. This voice tells you you're not good enough, that you don't deserve success, that you should play it safe and small. This voice can be particularly loud when you're pushing yourself to grow, when you're stepping into new territories of potential. That voice of self-doubt is often a sign that you're on the right track. It's your old self, your comfort-loving self, trying to keep you safe in familiar territory. When you hear that voice, recognize it for what it is. A signpost pointing towards growth. Instead of trying to silence this voice, learn to dialogue with it. Thank it for its concern. Acknowledge the fear it represents. But then remind it of your greater purpose, of the growth you're committed to. Over time, you may find that this voice of doubt transforms into a voice of discernment, helping you make wise choices as you push your boundaries. As you navigate these internal and external challenges, it's important to remember that your pain, your struggle, it's not just about you. We live in an interconnected world where your growth has a ripple effect on those around you. When you push through your limitations, when you overcome your fears, you're not just changing your own life, you're expanding the realm of what's possible for others. The people in your life, your family, your friends, your colleagues, your community. Every time you choose growth over comfort, every time you persist in the face of challenges, you're setting an example. You're showing them what's possible. You're giving them permission to push their own boundaries, to embrace their own journey of growth. This is the hidden power of embracing pain for growth. Yes, it transforms you, but it also has the potential to transform the world around you. Your willingness to face challenges head on, to learn and grow from your pain, creates a ripple effect that can inspire and empower others to do the same. Where more people were willing to embrace this mindset, a world where challenges were seen not as obstacles, but as opportunities for growth. A world where pain was recognized not as something to be avoided at all costs, but as a potential catalyst for positive change. What kind of innovations might emerge? What kind of social progress might we see? What kind of personal transformations might occur? This isn't just idealistic thinking. History shows us that the greatest advancements in human society have often come from individuals and groups who were willing to endure short-term pain for long-term gain. From civil rights movements to scientific breakthroughs, from artistic innovations to entrepreneurial ventures, progress has always required a willingness to step into discomfort, to challenge the status quo, to persist in the face of setbacks. You have the power to be part of this legacy of growth and progress. Your willingness to embrace pain as a teacher, to see challenges as opportunities, to persist in the face of difficulty. This is what will enable you to make your unique contribution to the world. But remember, this journey of growth is not about reaching a final destination. It's not about arriving at some perfect state where challenges no longer exist. Rather, it's about continually expanding your capacity to handle greater challenges, to take on bigger responsibilities, to make a more significant impact. As you grow, as you overcome current challenges, you'll find that new ones emerge. But these new challenges aren't a sign that you're doing something wrong. They're a sign that you're ready for the next level of growth. They're life's way of saying, I think you're ready for more. Embrace these new challenges. Welcome them as opportunities to further refine your skills, to deepen your understanding, to strengthen your character. Let each new level of challenge remind you of how far you've come, of how much you've already overcome. Remember to be kind to yourself. Growth isn't about perfection. It's about progress. There will be days when you falter, when the pain feels too much, when you question whether it's all worth it. On these days, treat yourself with compassion. Acknowledge your struggle. Rest if you need to. But don't give up. Remind yourself of why you started this journey. Reconnect with your purpose, with the vision of who you're becoming and the impact you want to make. Let this vision pull you forward when the path gets tough. You're not alone on this journey. Every great achiever, every change maker, every person who's ever made a significant impact has walked this path of growth through pain. They faced doubts, overcome obstacles, pushed through discomfort to reach their goals. You're not just capable of doing the same. You're destined for it. Your pain will pay off. Your struggles will bear fruit. Your challenges will become your greatest strengths. It may not happen overnight. It may not happen in the way you expect. But if you stay committed to your growth, if you keep pushing through the discomfort, your day will come. And when it does, you'll look back on this journey with gratitude. You'll see how every obstacle strengthened you, how every setback taught you, how every moment of pain prepared you for your purpose. You'll realize that the person you've become, the impact you've made, the life you've created, it was all worth the price you paid in pain and perseverance. So embrace your pain. Welcome your challenges. See your struggles not as punishments, but as opportunities for growth. For in this embrace, in this willingness to grow through discomfort, lies the seed of your greatest achievements, your most profound impact, and your truest fulfillment. Your pain will pay off one day, and that day begins now. With your decision to see every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a setup for a comeback, every pain as a pathway to your purpose. The world is waiting for the unique contribution that only you can make. It's time to embrace your journey of growth, to push through the pain, and to become the person you were meant to be. Will you embrace the pain of growth and step into your full potential? The world needs what only you can offer. It's time to rise, to grow, to become. Your greatest achievements lie on the other side of your greatest challenges. Embrace them. Learn from them. Grow through them. Your pain will pay off. And when it does, you'll change not just your life, but the world around you.